Hey, what's going on, everybody? So today we're going to be reacting to the Pokemon Cypher 2019 by Shofu. I'm in the mood for this. I got my Cypher merch. Buy that. Shofu will be extremely proud if you do. We're going to be reacting, giving a little breakdown of all the bars in there, as well as rating each verse from 18 to 1. So before we get into it, just wanted to say been following Shofu since the man's been dropping Danish centers all the way back in 2011, man. Saw Pokemon Cypher 2013, 2016, even Pokemon Cypher 2011, 2012, ones that nobody knows about, as well as all Shofu's, rap songs, even the ones that aren't about Pokemon, as well as most other guys in this video. I've at least heard some music from, I think, every single one of them as we get into it. But, this won't be a blind reaction. I will say that. I've seen this at least 50 times already. But if we can get this out to Shofu, and if you could see this, that'd be unreal. I am also in this video. Go watch the actual Pokemon Cypher. I'll leave the link in the description. And see if you can find me in the video before you actually watch me do this reaction to the Cypher. But I think without any further ado, we'll get into it. First of all, the effects on Pokemon Cypher. Hats off to I'm Minicon. Dude did a hell of a job with all the special effects, all the crazy stuff, all the Pokemon that for each person. Insane job. Insane job. Look at this. Gang shit right here. Better than we've ever been. We the very best, like no one ever was. And I'm getting money. Alright, so before we get into this, I'm gonna do this like by a verse basis. Share what I know about each person, and then sort of break down the verse after it's done. I'm not going to break down every bar because that'd just be tedious. I'll just break down some of my favorites. So Archer, this guy hasn't really been seen for almost 5 years. He was on Cypher 2013. He was not on Cypher 2016. I remember him way back, even before Cypher 2013. He was on a rap with Shofu called Gotta Have 'Em All. And then the thing I remember actually Archer the most for was when Shofu was going through Pokemon Reborn, which is a ROM hack. Doing that walkthrough, every time his Pokemon would evolve, Shofu and Archer would do these freestyles over the evolution music, and that's when I first got to appreciate like Archer and his bars. And he's going first on the beat, so I guess he still got that quick law from Cypher 2013. So we'll get into Archer.
Look, watch who you aim me your ammo on. Shield on my face like a backseat. Don't work in the pouch like a Kangaskhan. Niggas be changing like Kecleon. You'll get hit twice like an Ambipom. Ice on my wrist like a Glaceon. You two, I'm putting that pressure on. Just hit a fissure off metronome. Top be the spot that I'm standing on. Fire and water volcanion. Each of my ears got an Avila. Grass on my head like a Tangela. Flyer than Lady, but lit like Electabuzz. Smoking Mecanium. Harder than Cranidos. Cranium. Crib out as big as the Pokemon Stadium. They should play this on the Pokemon radio. Been round the map, so I know they debating them. 10 out of 10 with they rating them. Wings on my back like a lady and swagging as soon as I'm entering. I got that flame like a Finnegan. In the sunstone like a Lilligan. I got that flow like a Basculin. Just got some money. I sent my mom half of it. Crib on the beach, that's a palace. And live in the palace. My jewelry stay cold like a mammal swine. Levitate off the ground like a carnivine. Dropping that heat
like an Arcanine. Hey. So Archer, love the energy and the hype that he brings. Going first, I feel like you have to bring that energy and the hype because look at my boy Matt Houston too. Great facial expression. Archer bars, I would say, not the most complex, but somebody in the comments I read, Archer got that choice band flow. it's repetitive, but it hits hard, and that is the truth. Archer, good job, you killed it. We'll move on to Omar next. I think. Yeah. So Omar, I actually know him. A lot of people know Omar actually more as a producer than an actual rapper. Produced a lot of the beats for a lot of everybody's in the Shofu conglomerate. I mean, produced beats for Shofu, Peso Pete, Shofu the Beatdown. No, Beatdown produces all his own beats. No, it's Shofu, Peso Pete, Matt Houston. Produced some of the beats on Trap Catch'em, which was Shofu's like Pokemon rap album. Also raps appeared on the Smash Cypher last year, as well as what I remember Omar as a rapper for, especially was the songs that they did in and around the 2016 Cypher on the WDFA music channel, which was like The Kid, Ballin' Like Zampy, I Just Wonder, songs like that. Omar brings the heat. He's also got one insane bar in here. We'll get into it, but.
Hey, I'm bringing that sacred fire, and you niggas ain't nothing but lumber to me. I zip on my neck, hammer choke when I flick out your bitch on my deck. She a number to me. Feel so shocking, that shit is like thunder to me. Gifted thanks to my IVs. Bitch, I'm blowing your mind with the Glock, and I call that shit Lele, cause they got a side beam. Man, these bitches be hoeing, they talking the region. I feel like I'm Gary, I can't waste no energy on a hater. Disrespect me, and I'm beating your ass in a Kuma pose on, I'm like Terminator. Blue hoodins on me like great balls. Nurse joy, bitch, I ain't taking no days off. I keep that heater on me, catch you playing with fire, then that's me searing your face off. Back full of mo sodas. Cause
I'm all about my dough.
And I got a mind state like Mewtwo. Bitch, I ain't the one to be fucking with 5-0. Tornado Sicario, bitch, on my side, go. Fucking with the team, get ready to die slow. SS any, I'm driving it. They all just in my cloud. I can get these niggas the hell off of my boat. Boy, I be dripping too much Pella Pro when I dress. I be surfing on them and they clean them my way. The kid must be a water type, cause your shit isn't fire even on the sunniest day. I swear the Archie-est, you niggas sweet, man. No wonder the shop out of honey today. Them boys wanna know what kind of leaf we on. Blade burst on that bitch, everybody get blazed, nigga.
Love that. Okay, so the one bar I really want to break down from Omar is the Akuma pose on him like Turtonator, because Omar's a huge fighting game enthusiast. You can find that on his Twitter. But the Akuma pose, you know, Tekken, Street Fighter, you know, Akuma's my main in Street Fighter. Also being a playable character in Tekken, my favorite fighting game of all time. So shout out to Omar for that bar. Next up is Beatdown, Shofu's older brother. I know, get in my Beatdown's everybody's comments. You know, everybody gets it wrong. Beatdown is Shofu's older brother. I got that right. I know you, Beatdown. Shout out. So Beatdown was on Cypher 2013 as well as Cypher 2016. Makes a bunch of his own music. He's got Get Him the Mixtape as well as Get Him 2 out, as well as Get Him 3 coming out, I believe, this January. And nothing but bangers there. Some of my favorite Beatdown songs, of course, Get 'Em, the song that started it all, as well as Baddie Alert, another banger with King Shofu, which was the other Shofu brother, the third of three, which is he's actually coming up later in the cipher. But I always love the energy that Beatdown brings. You know, you can tell he loves it. So we'll get into Shofu the Beatdown.
Shofu the goddamn beatdown, level 100 in this bitch. Hair on the top of my head on me, top of cocaine. Grip on the ball of my neck, let's fuck Beatdo, dub and
Get up.
Okay, Beatdown protecting the gyms. I got all the CP. Giving shit, giving it pipe. I got all the PP. Bullets ready to pour when you see me. I will wet your fairy ass up, Tapu Fini. Still got the hair on the top of my head, mud chop, dark skin. I use my shadow to sneak, dust clouds full of energy. It's only worse if I get more. Hyper beam flow, what the fuck I got a rest for? It ain't shocking that my bars are fire, cause I brought them heat, make them use rest. Tap his chin and he go to sleep. How many times I gotta tell you I got next? Think I can do damage, but you ain't wearing no guard specs. Disrespect, none of the squad, I ain't allowing it. Tell me who deserves King's Rock if it ain't ours. And that rock with me special, I'm Thanos when I use power jam. Gabriel did a Pokemon Snap, they on a power trip. Hey.
So I love the way Beatdown brings back the same bar that he's had in Cypher 2013. in Cypher 2016 with the hair on the top of his head only. So in Cypher 2013 it was Wigglytuff, and then in Cypher 2016 it was Pidgeot. So I obviously added Top Coco and Machop to that list of. He still got the hair on top of his head only. So shout out to Beatdown for that. You know, I always love the energy that he brings. Next up is King Shofu, which is the third and youngest of the Shofu brothers. This is the first time he's actually on one of the Pokemon Cyphers. But he's been involved in a little bit of Shofu's music, but what I remember King Shofu for the most was actually on a song by Peso Pete, which featured Shofu as well as King Shofu with the epic title of Your Mom Put Sprite in Her Water Cup. But King Shofu also has the best bar of this entire cipher. We'll get into that, but here we go, King Shofu.
Shofu K.
Also, best ad lib of the cipher, coming up right in about 2 seconds here.
With the coveted. We call your bitch Nurse Joy cause she be tending to our balls, nigga.
Right there.
It's King Shofu. Ain't no need to evolve. Came here floating like a haunter. Who the fuck you gon' call? I got a bad jinx smooching all of my balls. I don't wear condoms like I'm finna catch them all.
Now, usually I would not pause during a verse, but I feel like we need to let that one settle for like 5 seconds. Look at my boy Matt Houston, too. Look at that face he's making. Okay, now we proceed.
You ain't got a stunt, motherfucker, get a clue. Got 3 fingers in your bitch, Mewtwo. I don't even have to try in order to kill you. I can do it in my sleep like TM82. Act the fool than you and Ambi Palm. Put your hands up, niggas sleep, need a wake up slap. Got my hands cupped, eradicate all you rat-a-tats. Call it pest control. Every bar I spit is toxic and you about to grow. Oh no, hold that B button, leave you in the smoke. Come back with the Siggy, snipe you with no scope. I future saw your girl looking like she wanna go. She want my South Pole, cause I'm in my magnet zone.
So, before we get into the nukes here, some of my favorite bars from King Shofu. Of course, the best bar of the entire cipher. If you don't get that one, well, I have no hope for you. You're either too old or too young to be watching this program. But another couple good bars. Got 3 fingers in your bitch, Mewtwo. Like, because Mewtwo's got 3 fingers, if you can imagine. So, like, my middle finger, okay. My middle finger, my pinky finger, and my thumb would be like Mewtwo. That'd be a little awkward, you know. How does Mewtwo get around? You know, how does Mewtwo do that? But he's also got 3 fingers. But we get into nukes. Oh, hold on. Other good bar by King Shofu was the TM82. Can do it in your sleep by TM82, which is sleep talk, where you can actually, you know, make a move while you're asleep. Getting into nukes. When I first saw Tanukes was on, I think it was the Indigo Cypher, when Shofu did a little, like, sort of mini Cypher after the 2016 Cypher. I believe that was the first time I saw him, or heard him. And I was like, this guy, okay. But then I heard him on The Goons, which was my second favorite song off of Tribe Catch 'Em, which was Shofu's Pokemon Rap mixtape, as I mentioned earlier. After Champion Flow, which is unironically in my top 10 favorite songs of all time. So shout out to you, Shofu, for that. The Goons is my second favorite song on that tape. And then when I heard him on that, I was like, wow, this guy can bring it. So we'll get into Tanukes here. Holding it down for the white boys, by the way.
Young Cyrus money, drop a G on a shirt. Fuck around my laser focus.
This comes in flying too.
Face out his pin missile murk. Poly-toed gloves off, now this drizzle gon' work. We leaving you shot. So sick, and for us did a flu shot. Got a 733, boy, that's 2 Glocks. My music talk, gotta roll them in a boombox. So cold, they gon' need a warning about a blue fox. With a 9 behind me. Keckley on camo, I need a scope to find me. Ride anywhere from my homies, pull that oak to find me. Climb my mountains, I'm crossing out, well that roads can find me. Ayy, Code Rodriguez, I got arms, I'm taking out of the case. Scrolling treatment when we swarm and signal beams in your face. Secret power as you leaving your base. On my ground like Mr. Brownie. Boy, step out the chase. Look.
Okay, so before we get into Kez here, my favorite bar is from Tanuke.
And for us, did a flu shot. Poly-toed gloves off, now this drizzle gon' work. We leaving you shot. So sick, and for us, did a flu shot. Got a 733.
Yeah. So got a 733 buzz, 2 Glocks. He pulls the token black here, and if you don't know what the token black is, it's using the Pokedex number of the actual Pokemon to like make a bar. Token first did that in like Cypher 2013, and that's like his main shtick. But so Pokemon number 733 is Toucannon. So he's got 2 cannons, aka 2 Glocks. So that's clever usage of the Pokedex there. So get out your Pokedexes, read, and research. That's all I gotta say about that. Now we'll get into Kaz.
Yeah, look at y'all badges. Mine.
So Kazura, this is probably the guy that I knew the least about coming into the actual Cypher, because I researched like Chris Patrick and Blacklink, which were the contest winners before the Cypher. But the only 2 songs that I knew Kazura on was a song with Shofu that he did called Burden, and then the last song off of Peso Pete's most recent album, Trouble in Paradise 3. That whole album's a banger. Go check that out on SoundCloud. Trouble in Paradise 3 by Peso Pete. Well, actually appears later in the Cypher, but he's on the final song of that album called My Hero Academia, doing his screamo shit, you know, doing his thing. But this is the guy I think who surprised me most in this Cypher. So we'll get into Kazura.
Yeah, look at y'all badges. Mine is tenfold. Smoking on Cosmo. Got no mental. Nines in his face. Now he looking like Tempo. Bitch like Torche. Ate it with Crisco. You
Look at
get
beat down in the
sick,
back.
so you never win it. Look at my belt. I got several extensions. Yeah, he got a break, but he really a kitten. Put flame to that pussy, and now he a lit. He the only trainer that don't run up where I'm standing. This bitch carry my kid in her stomach like chance. Every shot lands, but I hustle like the ramp. Fuck 4 bad bitches, now I'm headed to the champ. Wait, did you really think you scary like me? Threw balls at the legends, now they sharing XP. And he say Gen 1, but he Gen 19. If he run up on the kid, get cut like trees. I be jigging like a Ludacolo. Hold up, I put shells to his back like he slow, bro. Shooting at me, homie, slow. Whoa, I be bulletproof like I'm Kamo. I be Mr. Birdie sending birdies. I ain't never got it worried. Chase him down and I lay his ass out. Homie, this a really bad route. Man, fuck the goddamn Pooka, just run your pockets. Who gon' fucking check me? If I kill you, then good riddance. I said fuck the law, then fuck the law like Red had no
That's
sense.
a bar.
Bitch, I pull up, dressed in black. I hope to God you got a vest. If you test me now, you snore like fed you shots and let you rest.
Okay, so 2 best bars from Kez right here. First one was, let your bitch carry my kid in her stomach like Chansey, because Chansey's got an egg in her belly area. But, like, that's a bar. And then, hold on. So, I said, fuck the law, then fuck the law, like Red had no sentence. Okay? So, first off, he's like, fuck the law. So, he's disregarding the law. Then, he fucked the law in that he fucked over the law by having no sentence. By having no, like, jail sentence, right? But he also fucked the law in that he's, like, referring to Officer Jenny in that he had sex with Officer Jenny. Then, since he had no sentence, he is like Red, who doesn't ever say a word in the Pokemon Gen 2 games. All he says is ... which we'll get to later with, like, Shizzy. Shizzy definitely has a bar about it, and then somebody else does too, I think. But that is, like, a triple entendre, and it's brilliant. Shout out you, Kez. You surprised me. Good work, Kez.
Like Red had no sense.
Alright, so next up, Token Black. In my opinion, this guy has had the biggest, like, glow up from 2013 to 2019. If we talk about 2013 to 2016, it was definitely Beatdown. Beatdown, hands down, had the best, like, glow up in those 3 years. But if we're talking, like, 2013 to 2019, Token Black, man. If you remember any of the, like, Cypher 2013, dude had a dusty-ass mic, you know, making weird-ass bars. But, like, I mean, he had some classics in there, like My Shit Bringing to Hell, Triple Charizard. But the dude brings great energy. Like, I love Token Black. He's I'm not gonna say reinvented himself, but he's had certainly a glow up in the past couple years, definitely. We'll get into Token. Rocky Mountain Ice Wrist,
200 flash on the
dash, I'm a flight risk.
Had to do the dirt, cut the work like a vice grip. Metal 6'5", no
Cap like I'm 5'6".
I'm the cool kid, you super a nerd, you don't fit in. You hate from the outside of the decks.
You can't get in.
Money stacking tacker by the way that I be winning. And I only tell my mama about the cash that I be spending. Bitch, I do it. I got guns, put a chopper and I'm shooting. All my niggas finna eat. I feel like Brock, I bring the food in. They say, Token, please stop fucking with a nose like y'all ruins. But I do it, does it, fuck it. In 2 months, I'm gonna be dueling. We step to the fire and you finna need a oven mitt. I don't even move.
Score bunny with the double kick. Hey.
Lazy than a bitch, game freak. I ain't never took a nap. I don't Pokemon sleep.
All right, so before we get into peso, first off, that handoff with the dap, that's clean right there. But best bar from Token, metal 6'5". I'm no cap, like I'm 5'6". So Token does the Token black in that requires you to get out your Pokedex and read. So metal 6'5". So 65 is Alakazam, who carries a spoon in his hand. So he's got metal. No cap, like I'm 5'6". Pokemon number 56 is Primeape, who steals Ash's hat during the anime, so therefore he is no cap. Genius. Alright, we'll move on to Peso Pete here. Another unreal bar from Token. I don't even move Score Bunny with the double kick, which is in reference to the shitty ass animations that Pokemon Sword and Shield have, in that Score Bunny doesn't have an animation at all. All I gotta say, game trash if a game like Pokemon Stadium, 20 years old, has better animations than Sword and Shield. The game is trash. That's all you gotta. That's all you gotta know. Move on to Peso Pete. So Peso has a lot of his own music out. Most recently, Trouble in Paradise 3, as well as Shiny Pack. But Trouble in Paradise 3 was an insane album. I mean, Find Me is a banger. Your Mom Made a Yu-Gi-Oh card once with Shofu and Toga Black. That's a banger. The Confession, like Peso getting into his feelings, like it rang true for me a lot because I deal with depression, and it really spoke to me. But Peso in his Pokemon raps also featured pretty heavily. I think he was in 4 tracks on Trap Ketchum. Let's see, yeah. I Don't Understand, Splash, Like Red, and Kamikaze. Yeah, he's on 4. So we'll get into Peso Pete.
And you know we finna creep in your Pokemon home. Take your Pokemon bank, then we Pokemon go. I need ice my wrist on Sneasel. Brought my canvas, brought my easel. Paint her face up just like Smeargle. Let my nuts hang like Moderna. Rolling frizzy plant inside this blunt, this X-Pile. You can't hear us. I got pressure all around me. I advise you don't get near us. This shit made it gross. I don't wear no diamonds. Only shine on me is mega stones. Token on the roof and then red dot on you like Ampharos. She like how my money Dynamax and how I drive the boat. She said I'm a water type when I pulled out that Gyarados. That's your hoe on my bat, I'm on my karaoke. Let it go, chandelier, we light them up in ghost. Let them know, rolling through my city, Everstone. With the flow, Articuno, I'm forever cold. MIA in the region where it never snows.
So once again, my favorite actual bar from Peso is yeah.
Paint her face up just like Smeargle.
Paint her face up just like Smeargle. Once again, if you don't get this one, I have no hope for you. You're either too old or too young to be watching this program. Because he's painting her face up, and he is most certainly not using face paint. Alright, let's see. Who's next here? Oh, it's Shofu. So,
The region
Shofu.
where it never snows.
So, Shofu sort of came out of nowhere when he went on to the Pokémon Cypher 2016, at least in my mind. I mean, he was obviously famous for Gas Station Encounters, which is a YouTube channel that has over 1 million subscribers, where he narrates funny videos of people being stupid at his gas station that he works at, which is hilarious. But Shofu, in terms of like Pokemon rapping, I didn't know anything about him until he showed up on Cypher 2016. He's got a couple of his own raps too, but he is also on The Goons with Shofu and Tanooks on Trap Ketchum. Had a sick verse on that, and we'll get into Shofu.
Yeah, It's SH to the UE. Who's he? That's the dude that rapped about the Mew weed. This dude's weak, he's Magikarp, his moves stinky, splashing bars and half his are about smoking doobies and going through trees. Only that means I'm Grookey, always rolling with new breeds. A few G's stuffed in a blunt, stuck between two leaves. I'm friends with Blaine, you know I stay forever blazers. Looking like I meditate, but really they stay red and glazed like rubies. I levitate like you see every day. Left the cave for another week with the legend gang. Bring a lot of heat when we speak like some Everflames. Check your EXP, we don't beef with the level lames. You know we got metagame, make your girl cheat if we let her play. Put my special D in her special A. Primordial C, got them sheets wet like heavy rain. Probably cause I'm slurping on that Persian till it's squirting like a Remoraid.
Alright, so Shu, yes, we know you smoke weed, Shu. But the reference with PK there, the dude who said who's he, is a callback to the 2016 Cypher where he said, hold up, who's the new dude? And then Shofu started his verse. You guys call back to that. PK, you gotta spit a verse one day, man. You can't just be teasing us with these lines, you know? Oh, okay, so next up is Chris Patrick, who participated in the Pokemon Cypher 2019 contest. Didn't win, that went to Blacklink. But so Chris Patrick, I had no idea who this guy was until I heard him in the Pokemon Cypher contest. And I was like, ooh, this guy's got bars. He didn't win, but then I saw him on the Cypher. Thought he was gonna be on the Cypher. Once I got my Cypher shirt, I was like, oh, Chris Patrick's on there. And then I watched the vlogs. So the vlogs that Shofu did, I think Shofu did 2 or 3 of them. Beatdown did another one. When I watched the vlogs, this guy seemingly, it seemed like he could freestyle for hours on end. Like, he was matching, if not beating, Shizzy, who's 6 seconds, who will appear later in this Cypher. He was like a trained battle rapper. And he was pulling punches. He was holding his own weight against Shizzy, which, like, impressed me unbelievably. And that caused me to take another look at him. So I looked back at all his original music. Like, Code of Ethics is a banger. Whippin' is a banger. All Falls Down is a banger. Like, this man puts out nothing but heat. And in, like, the past, I mean, I even got in touch with him. And in the past couple weeks that I've been talking to him, this dude is nothing but the most humble, genuine guy that you will ever talk to. I wish nothing but success for you, Chris Patrick, because you are going to make it big someday. I know. So we'll get into Chris Patrick.
Hey, Chris Patrick, you already know what the fuck going on, nigga. Hey, huh? Whoa, hey, flamethrower flow, let it hit, cause that boy at your million. I need a million, billion, trillion tokens to buy a house of a million. I need to kill me a couple of trainers and take all their pokey, they stash in my pocket. Jesse James like I'll roll a Team Rocket. Giga drain on that cloud with the hot pit.
I'm in the mosh pit.
Hey, what? I'm in a place in my life where you probably won't notice me. Move through the darkness like Kobe. My shorty a fairy like Togepi. Focus my energy. Seismic sauce any little trainer who think he approaching me. Couldn't put me in a bad spot. Homie got hands like a match out. We gon' break him and toss to the bad drop. Huh? What? More elite than the Final Four. I see the future like God of War. I seen the truth in the unknowns, and now I be moving to conquer more regions and gyms. Rock with the rhythm like Onyx. I keep it low key with the wins. Brothers can't see why he been. I'm in a league where I only compete with the Brocks and the Missies, the Garys, the Pauls. I bury him all. I keep a low hit my lead on my hip kiss that need it real quick. Just to keep them off. Peep that the boy got the sauce. I'm at my peak like a Pikachu, getting ready to evolve. I'm steady. I never have lost. I came from the Kano and ran up the boss.
Just bars on bars on bars. You didn't have to go that hard, Chris Patrick, but he did. All right, so I'm in a league where I only compete with the Brocks, the Missies, the Garys, the Pauls. Like, the flow, Chris Patrick, is just unbelievable. Like, unreal. And you hit him on the outside of my hip in case I need it real quick, just to kick one of them off. Like, oh, so good. So good.
Evolve, I'm steady, I never have lost. I came from the Kano and ran up the boss.
Alright. So next up is one of the true OGs of Pokemon rap, Scoot. So before even Cypher 2013, when they were Cypher 2011 and 2012. It was just Shofu and Scoot. And, you know, they did their thing. And Scoot on the 13 Cypher was unbelievable. I'm second in that Cypher right behind Shofu. Like, he's got an extremely unique flow, I feel like, with Scoot. You can tell it's Scoot right away. Because just the way he phrases things, the way he flows, like, but he's got some legendary bars in the history of Pokemon rap. Like, you an old rod, I'm a super rod, but I fucked you with this good rod is an all-timer. Like, come on, Scoot's got bars, but he does something a little outside the box here, and I respect it. So we'll get into Scoot.
You know that Scooby never slacking, getting bread. They say y'all loaf around. My last resort's a choice to just abandon all these clowns. They got that red nose, but no brilliant laser pointed. Yeah, we see them. Guess if life is an adventure, I'll treat yours like Coliseum. Do not need it, I'll repeat it, get deleted. Ghost bitch, treat this. You an open book, you know I'll read it. I ain't gotta wait, download completed. Lightning speeding, though I'm eating. Bake no meat and smokestack squeezing. I'm that toxic to a fairy. That's free damage, call it stealing. Hey! And I'm back up in my Cypher mode. Ooh, wait. Circle small like Pikachu nose. Wait, they'll be static if you get too close. Singing zap, bitch, we sleeping on you. That's that comatose.
Sing it, Scoot.
Cause I was in hangry mode, violent out, I could explode. Pockets now full belly though. Hunger switched, I see them. Oh, who else? Like a bubble beam, we popping and we wavy. I'm getting green and sticking to the beat just like a groupie. She blew me, horsey, fly like I'm a combi. You might just miss a turn, cause balling on me isn't working. I'm bulletproof, you're moving poof. 1, 2, 3, soar like a tooth. GPS, go got that spoof. I be Scoot, you know the truth.
So that little thing that he sang at the end was a shout out to the Pokemon Cypher contest that Shofu did. That was one of the bars that somebody sang during that contest. So he brought it back. So like circle small like Pikachu knows. Like, I love the fact that Scoot sang. Like, he did a good job. But she blew me horsey. Like, you're a husband and a father, Scoot. Your child's gonna hear that someday. I know you don't care, but alright, we'll get into the next one, which is Anonymous. This is probably the most well-known guy on the entire Cypher in terms of like actual rap output that he's done. Like, he's been featured on a Denzel Curry song. Like, this guy's an actual, like, I would say the most like mainstream rapper on this entire Cypher. He was also featured on Strap Ketchum on the song Alpha and Omega on there. That's only like previous Poke rap he's done. I'm pretty sure. If there's any other ones, I have yet to see, but we're gonna do Anonymous.
Yeah. Keep it 100, I ain't 98. Niggas is crappy, they live in a bucket. I'm too much to stomach, I pain why they ate. I be on my smiggle, them people, they love it. And if I don't do shit, then they might be great. Man, to be honest, I need you to back up. You know this form isn't even my final. A nigga deoxys, they say I need space, okay. Cannon on a nigga back, I put a shell to it like he blast droids. Blast off like he Team Rocket, I bet he stopping on an asteroid. Till that boy, he a lil mark on a lil star, that's an asterisk. Young killer, I'm a dragon, you just got a dragon there, that's a bass list. Snake shit, niggas ain't shit in the game, and I came in like I pay rape. And the same since the first gen, it's the 8th gen, and they still in the same gym, cause they can't win, niggas lame, and I ain't even trying. 8%, kicks on fire like blaze again. This ain't even my main key, but you know I'm going ape again. Cause this that motherfucking guillotine flow. This that fire mixed with motherfucking ethylene, ho. This that treat the fucking beat just like I'm Nido King, bro. Drill that shit to the extreme, but we gon' keep the speed slow. Hold up.
Alright, so I like Anonymous's verse. There's not a single bad verse on this tape. whole cipher does not have a single bad verse. I would not rate a single verse on this below like a 7 out of 10. The one problem I have with Anonymous's verse is that he's supposed to be this, you know, big mainstream rap. You could call him mainstream rapper, but he doesn't really. I mean, sure, he's got some good bars. Like, this ain't even my main key, but you know I'm going ape again. You know, great bar. But like, I felt like it was lacking in some way for somebody that should have been that hype, because he goes in on the hard trap beat, and then the contest winner, Blacklink, goes in on a similar type hard beat and bodies him out of the water. Like, Blacklink, this guy is the winner of the Pokemon Cypher 2019 contest. Minnesota guy, shout out, fellow Minnesota dude, and this guy brings the fucking heat. Like, he bodies the previous verse from Anonymous out of the water.
We are in
This entire hoe.
Stack a Poké Dallas, that's the main mission. Set up online, now your main mission. Fight for came into the thing for it.
A little bit of flame. Sleep with a fish.
I'm looking hella marine with the team full of drip. The pockets is those serene at the green looking thick. But I'm dropping the flawless, better look at your option and hop in it. If it's the green, I leave your top spinning. Look at roast game, you never know where these ops hit. It's stove, it was gold before it became a bomb with a jet. I'm the gem, the rest in dirt, the fairy that's quick to murk. Give just desserts, I'm so fly, might just not address the surge. I'm running shit like zigzag, prophetic verse. Look at the jewel, sun and moon doing a fusion. Bout to the god and the cross, much you find to the music. You must have been faked out or just hit with confusion. Cause you went into fruit, a little illusion. If you was hating for a hopped on the mat, you can never reserve a spot in the back. I can never favor teeth full of rat. Instead of raw, I keep that heat on my lap. Bitch, the blade, you only give like tapers. Cartana, I fold a nigga for my paper. Revenue maker,
that's a
from
bar.
the ground like the flag on, not as hard on the ride page. Or down, these are clones like Emerald with the cheat code. Stop flipping the bird and lose Pico. Thought he was tough like Ursary with the guts. Now he's going, and it's still Teddy Bears on the street pole. Bitch.
There are so many just unreal bars. Like, and mixing the bars with the speed that he raps at, it's fantastic. Like, Snover was cold before I became a bomb with it. Like, Snover evolves into a bomb of snow. Like, became a bomb. Oh, man. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Snapping like Sharpedo, you'll sleep with the fish? Like, oh my god. Blacklink, you went off. Shout out. Definitely befitting of the winner of the contest. You know, it wasn't like some meme entry that won the contest. Like, you popped off.
Instead of raw, I keep that heat on me. Could have started from the bird and lose Pico. I spit fire.
Alright, so next up is J-Wits. If you realize, so his
Bitch.
So J-Wits is probably the most well-known figure on this cipher to people who like watch Pokemon YouTubers or PokeTubers. Like, this guy has over 1 million subscribers on like his normal YouTube channel. Not known for like the actual rapping. He was on Cypher 2013 as well as the Indigo Cypher. But every time he puts out raps, J-Wits, he brings the heat, man. Like, balling out for the nerdy white boys out here. Alright, and his reference in the very first line is to his Cypher 2013 verse, which he started out with, like, I bring fire like a heat more. But the reference to the lack of national decks and Sword and Shield, another reason why the game's trash. Love you, J-Wits. We'll get into J-Wits.
I spit fire like a... Oh, shit. Do we have heat more without a national dex? Meanwhile, Master sits back, laughing, cashing the checks. Half the fans distracted by these asses and breasts. Their lasses impressed.
Go in, J-Wits.
You like miraculous. Nobody asked for this pest. You don't have the badges, man. You lack the respect. You're average at best. Shadow voice you cannot protect. The only way I mimic you is snapping your neck. I rap like I'm possessed, I'm under Alice's hex. My special defense massive, like I'm packing a vest. Attack with the specs, laughable, you cannot affect. You couldn't crack my strategies if you were stacking the deck. Can we stop acting rattled when I'm rapping again? Like I haven't been bad with a pal, pad and a pin. I'm the Sashi and Alpha, you're the Yam for this gen. I'm an Earth, but not fuck it.
Magnitude 10. Ah, J-Wits. Go in on Game Freak. Let Mazda know, man. This game's trash. Alright, next up is G. So G was also one of the original Pokéraps. I believe he was on a Pokérap with Shofu before Shizzy was, if I'm not mistaken. Because he was on Cerulean Flow back in like 2012. This is before Cypher 2013. Also has some legendary bars in the history of Pokemon rap. Did his own Pokérap mixtape before Shofu did, on Cornet. So go listen to that. Still a banger from like 3 years ago, 2016. Yeah. Obviously, Top Tier is a highlight with Shofu and CTC. We'll see both of those guys later. As well as my favorite song on there is OT. So shout out to GE. Dude's got bars. Love the guy. Just a great stand-up guy as well. So we're going to do GE. Shirt is fire too.
Nido King entrance, retaliate slacking, I'm back with a vengeance. And I bent overhead, so I kept this scheme black and white, but you brats never gets this. Edgeless rappers, all you hacks are is headless. Life or mesprit, I find that offensive.
Competitive bars.
Tracks end up people getting left with. Secondhand smoke, that's ash on Craigslist. And my secondhand smoke when the gun aim, gut spray. Boy, I keep the status on my Lux ray. Arm straight filthy, grimer I level up, make Tubby eat the whole damn clip when that muck bang. Yeah, leave y'all snacking on trash. I banded a track, I black body bagged and vanished. The phantom, a manual stick shift, handles bananas to Grookey out of the ignition. Then I passed the match.
I love the way GE's flow, the way he strings words together, and the way he can like set up things over 2 or 3 bars. So like the Grookey and the bananas, and then the Grimer going into the Tubby eat the whole damn clip and that muck bang, like Grimer evolving to muck, like oh. So we'll get into Matt Houston. So this is the guy that I probably know actually the best, like IRL, out of any of these dudes. Matt Houston is my guy. Actually reached out to him after Cypher 2016, a little after Cypher 2016. I'd heard him in Cypher 2013 as well as Cypher 2016, as well as he's got some of his own original work. He's better known, I would say, as a producer than an actual rapper, but he's got some Naruto beats out there. He's got Pokemon beats that have like millions and millions of views on YouTube, as well as SoundCloud, as well as his rapping repertoire, featured on a bunch of Shofu songs. Pokéra 2, Fire Type, Final Battle, in terms of like Pokérap. He's also got his own album, hopefully coming out later this year. It's been delayed for like 4 or 5 years, but that's okay. We still love you, Matt. I actually reached out to him after Cypher 2016 because I liked one of his beats, and I wanted to actually make my own song with one of those beats. And that song will be coming out eventually, Matt. And when I reached out to him, I wasn't even like expecting a response, but I knew we obviously share Pokemon as an interest as well as League of Legends. So like I wasn't even expecting a response when I sent that message to him. He got back to me right away, and we eventually, started up a conversation about personal lives and everything. And now we're homies, man. This man's my brother for life. Like, Matt, I know you will make it big, and I know you will achieve every dream that you have worked so hard for. So we'll get into Matt Houston.
They ask if we've been rocking non-stop again. Y'all can't hang. Feel like God, Arceus on my hip, let the llama bang. When I write the queer lava, her back and I got the flames. Hit you like Goris, battle me a brain, dropping frames. Run up on your champ's ice, catch me snatch your wallet's chain. Your talent like enough as a fanboy.
Not a thing.
One smoke, get what you jonesing for. It's not a game to steal, deceiving strays. Hit you from my wild aim. Check the hall of fame, ain't gotta claim I'm the best. Talking shit, you infinite, bend up with flavor on your head. If you ask who this, that's just straight disrespect, your bitches.
Matt Houston.
They can say out the rest, we tornadoes. The only true is in this bitch. While all you other rappers hoes like Erica Click. I see you bugging, that's his alias shit. I'm spitting fire, get his so-called dragons got clear throwing fists. Comparing to this, never this is perfect as it gets. Cup chew drip, haters so allergic to my wrist. Gentlemen flow in the verses, all in cursive when they writ. Need her Lego venom, certain that it murky when I spit. Got genesect weapons, one problems get stepping. You been stressing, cause y'all all dog shit like Gen 7. Jump on the beat 6 so you get killed. Been a beast since day one, fuck your sword and your shield.
Oh, so before we get into CTC, I want to break down a couple bars here. Hold on. Sound like an unpheasant fanboy, not a thing.
Sound like an unpheasant fanboy, not a thing. One smoke, get what you jonesing for.
One smoke, get what you jonesing for. So there was a competitor in the Pokemon Cypher 2019 contest called Game Boy Jones. And a lot of his fans hyped him up. He was like he's like a minor PokeTuber. And I don't even know who he is, but he entered the contest and he was terrible. Like, he was awful, god awful. So the references to that, so like, if you want smoke, you're gonna get what you Jones for.
It's not a game to steal, deceive, and straight.
Steal, deceive, and strays hit you from my wild aim. So the way he pronounces my wild aim, so it sounds like Mawile aim. Mawile is the deceiving Pokemon. He's also a steel type. Like, that's a bar.
Hit you from my wild aim. Check the Hall of Fame, ain't gotta claim I'm the best. Talking shit, you infinite.
Of course, the references to Gen 7 being dog shit and fuck Sword and Shield. Also, give big brownie points.
They can say out the rest, we tornadoes. The only true is.
Tornadoes, only true airs in this bitch, because Tornadoes is a pure flying type. Like,
This bitch,
another bar.
all you other rappers hoes like Erica Click. I see you bugging, that's his alias shit. Perfect as it gets. Need her Lego Vincent, cause y'all all dog shit like Jen Hill.
Alright, so we'll get into CTC. So, CTC was on Cypher 2013, Cypher 2016. Famously has not put out an album of his own music yet. The Flex tape will be coming eventually, at least he says. But a lot of people thought CTC had the very best verse on the 2016 Cypher. A lot of rankings that I saw had him as the #1 verse. I thought it was the most overrated verse of the Cypher. I thought he was like maybe 4th or 5th. But still love the dude. But this is the one right here. Unreal.
I got the horses like Tarag, hat is in the back, country boy, but I'm still slag. Back up in the cut, I got beat.
Best beat right here, the Cypher. Best beat. Oh. Oh. She gon' miss you, though. And then the beat switch up. Round around town doing bad shit. She's looking ratchet. Clacking. Oh. Hey, yay!
They getting dropped like bags of sacks. Reaching in the back for max revive, it wasn't happening. Worry about who
look at beat down, dude.
After the back whole team, okay, you know I had to bag it. No capping, they got it backwards trying to catch them. Let my brothers free when my meta hit level 10
at his beat. I'm a savage.
Hop up on a SSN with some Mexicans that got no SSN.
I'm the motherfucking captain.
And it's fuck ice, this the new Enter the Dragon. See this red all on my leather cream jacket. And my belt got more G's than your faction. Watch out, G, move on, nigga, get a maxi. Rapper dash, stay in the back, he's bashful. With a tag still attached, a saddle and a satchel. What's a horse to a dinosaur killer?
Aerodactyl.
T-Rex knocked the air out that bitch. T-Rex the dactyl. No cap, always factual. IDM forever after.
Okay, CTC. Okay. So the whole theme is that he's got the horses in the back like Lil Nas X. So he goes and So you got the horses like Terrakion, which is a horse-like looking Pokemon. We'll come back to that. But that first beat is actually, I mean, just that whole vibe. Like, I love that. It's my favorite part of the entire Cypher. Junior asks to Ash and make your mama miss you. It's because Ash Ketchum's mom misses him. But this entire second part is the best bars. Stepdad's twin needles just ain't half as accurate. Like, Del Curry obviously wasn't as good a three-point shooter as Steph was, and then his twin needles, because Del Curry played for the Charlotte Hornets, so he's shooting twin needles. Like, that's unreal lyricism. And then hold on, let's see what else. Oh yeah, Focus Blast hit like death and taxes, because his Focus Blast hit 100% of the time, because he's the GOAT competitive Pokemon player that there ever was. Of course, if he has Blunder. And then... Oh, Lemon Butterfree. When our Metapod hit level 10, I press B, I'm a savage, because he doesn't let his Metapod evolve at level 10 to Butterfree, so he's a savage. Like, come on. And then hop on the SSN with some Mexicans that got no SSN, and I'm the motherfucking captain. And it's Fuck Ice, that's the new Enter the Dragon. Okay, so... The SSN and the SSN in the first two lines is obviously wordplay. So the SSN is the boat in Gen 1. So he's driving the boat with some Mexicans that have no SSN, and he's the captain. And it's Fuck Ice because he's driving the boat with Mexicans with no SSN. So Fuck Ice, Immigration and Custom Enforcement. Also, Fuck Ice type because Enter the Dragon, the only type before Gen 6 the dragon was weak to besides itself is the ice type. Like, just unreal bars. And then the very last part. What's a horse to a dinosaur killer? Aerodactyl. T-Rex knocked the air out that bitch. T-Rectodactyl. So this is a reference to the T-Rectodactyl freestyle as well as parts of the Pokemon Cypher contest where they said that like all the time just between verses. So a horse that he referenced earlier, Terrakion, which he calls T-Rag. So a horse to a dinosaur, Aerodactyl's a dinosaur. And since Terrakion, the horse, knocked the air out that bitch, T-Rectodactyl. So Terrakion, wrecked a dactyl, the Aerodactyl. But since he knocked the air out that bitch, there's no air in Aerodactyl, so T-Rex just a dactyl. Like, that's unbelievable bars. Alright, now we get into Shofu and Shizzy. I'll do Shizzy first. Shizzy got his fame on YouTube as like a battle rapper as well as doing like anime and video game raps about like certain things. Like he's got the best anime rap ever or the best Naruto rap ever back when he was known as Shizzy 6 instead of 6 Seconds. Also collabed with Shofu a bunch back in the day, like Pokerap, Pokerap 2, just about every Pokerap that they did back in the day. Also on Cypher 2013, Cypher 2016, and then obviously branched out into making some of his own music under the name 6 Seconds after he's changed from Shizzy 6. He's got an album called Demigod. My favorite song on there is 3:30 a.m., the one that Tory Lanez stole. You might have heard that on Twitter. You know, that was a serious beef a couple years ago when Tory Lanez stole the beat to a song, which is true. And then Shofu, of course, the guy that created it all. Unbelievable output of work in terms of poke rap as well as just normal rap over on his WDFA music channel. Everything this man puts out is a banger. I think he's got close to 30 individual poke raps as well as Trap Ketchum, the mixtape, which has like 18 songs on it, as well as the 5 ciphers that have been done, 11, 12, 13, 16, and now 19, like as well as Walk With Me, which is one of his normal rap songs on the WDFM music channel, and Champion Flow, one of the songs of Trap Catch 'Em, are legitimately in my top 10 favorite songs of all time. Like, no cap. Shofu is... I am 100% convinced if Shofu was 100% in on wanting to be an actual rapper, he'd be the next Drake or Kendrick Lamar or any famous hip-hop artist or rapper if he was 100% in on it. I'm 100% convinced by that. So we're going to do Shofu and shit, they kind of go back and forth in their verse.
Hey, 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 you niggas ain't ready. Hey, 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 hey,
Lord.
bitch.
The guard is back, I'm looking at you, peons from the stairs. The stone's fire, bitch, I've been through eons with the flare. Know the vibes, ... Red can never rival that. Got HMO 1, now my pocket
Gigantic.
These niggas asking where the battle's at. I'ma handle that. Shit ain't adding up and you don't wanna see the aftermath. You niggas couldn't see me like I sand attack. Been the same, you niggas always switching up. Something like you ashes at.
Giovanni mob ties, ain't a sound when you drop me out Persian. You pussies get around at your top. You in a bind, now you bound till I stop. Put a pin to your puff, meaning metal to your round till it pop.
Ain't asking a lot, it's nothing to attack for the guap. Bitch, I keep that Draco on me and my stats never drop. I ran with the mop, ain't battle for these badges I cop. Everybody 31 won't find no trash in a box.
On the throne, think you fucking with the champ, you delirious. Get your top spun like
ass getting serious.
I'm lit, the dazzling glee make you all see me. The ice fangs got more flavors than all cream.
We stay strapped, got more pieces than Vic Keeney. Ain't nobody hyper, I promise the wrist beaming. You ain't beating me, tell them niggas to keep dreaming. Beware in the anime, how I just keep squeezing.
Yeah, the drip nasty like muck moving. Your shorty like to swallow. Told that it's bone club for a consuming. Mimic you steady mimic in the face. Waste my time and space to find your spirit in a lake.
Fuck dollar, boy, we coming for your head region. One of us gon' die if we ending up dead. Even nigga, when that dot on your head, that ain't red speaking. It ain't far-fetched when the stick leave your head leaking.
Surf fetch, bigger stick, out for any nigga scheming. Chandelier, fire on you and I'll hang you from the ceiling. Couldn't see me with a silk scope. Acting off the shits, bro, the long nose keeping you controlled like hip.
I keep it on me, let me show you what it hit for. $4, bitch, you know the line, I really flip those. Tiptoe, 6-0, nigga, I ain't vibing with your tempo. I pass along your life as a memento.
You a king?
Tryna fuck with the kid.
You get a shit show.
Pokestar Studios,
We gon' let the clip go.
Dog niggas.
Go around your neck with your leash. 10 years in the game.
Come correct if you speak. More O's in my account than a Gen 1 bike price.
You new to my region, let me show you what my life like.
The elite, there's no debating that we nicer.
If you bug and dump the metal, now you change like a cycle.
Give a fuck about your lineup. All of you get lined up.
I got my wrist still saying that your time's up.
Made it through you Nova, now
We ballin' any weather, cause there ain't a team that can make a Cypher any better. Too good. Gang shit right here. Come on. You didn't have to do them like that, Shofu and Shizzy. Alright, let's see. First of all, I'm convinced if I was to ever cross Shizzy 6 or 6 seconds in any way, shape, or form, I'm convinced he would find out where I live and viciously murder me. But from all reports, Shizzy is the most stand-up guy you'll ever meet, so shout out to that dude. Let's see. Hold on. I want to break down a bunch of these bars. Let's go. Okay.
Stone's fire, bitch, I've been through eons with the flare. Know the vibes, ...
I'ma handle that. Shit ain't adding up and you don't wanna see the aftermath. You niggas couldn't see me like I sand attack. Been the same, you niggas always switching up. Something like you ashes at.
Giovanni mob ties, ain't a sound when you drop me out Persian. You put
Yeah, Meowth Persian, you pussies get around to your top. So, Meowth and Persian both cat Pokemon. And they both have coins. Well, Meowth has a coin, and Persian has like a jewel on your head. So you have a round on their top. But that's also mean you getting around at your top.
These get around at your top. You in a bind, now you bound till I stop. Put a pin to your puff, meaning metal to your round till it pop.
Ain't asking a lot, it's nothing to attack for the guap. Bitch, I keep that Draco on me and my stats never.
Okay, so he keeps the Draco on him. So Draco's the type of gun. Well, so Draco is also a move in Pokemon, Draco Meteor. But whenever you use it, it drops your special attack. But he's saying that when he uses Draco Meteor, his stats never drop.
I ran with the mop, ain't battle for these badges I caught. Everybody 31 won't find no trash.
Okay, everybody 31 will find no trash in the box. So he's referring to everybody he's rapping with. Everybody 31. So the most amount of IVs you can have in a Pokemon in every single stat is 31. So he's saying that everybody that he's rapping with, it has 31 IVs, which means they're the best they can possibly be. So he's got the best group with him.
On the throne, think you fucking with the champ, you delirious. Get your top spun like Ash getting serious.
So get your top spun like Ash getting serious. So when Ash gets serious, he turns his hat backwards, but she's saying he'll give your top a spin when he's getting serious.
I'm lit. The dazzling gleam make you all see me. The ice fangs got more flavors than all cream.
We stay strapped, got more pieces than Vic King.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody hyper, I promise the wrist beam.
Okay, so ain't nobody hyper, I promise the wrist beaming, because hyper beam, and then his wrist, he's got so much on his wrist that the light reflects beams.
You ain't beating me, tell them niggas to keep dreaming. Beware in the anime how I just keep squeezing.
Yeah, the drip nasty like muck moving. Your shorty like to swallow. Told that it's bone club for a consuming. Mimic you.
Yeah, that one's pretty self-explanatory.
You steady mimic in the face. Waste my time and space to find your spirit.
Right, waste my time and space, they'll find your spirit in the lake. So this is all references to Gen 4. So the two major legendaries in Gen 4 are Dialga and Palkia. The lords of time, Dialga, and space is Palkia. They'll find your spirit in a lake. The other three legendaries in Gen 4 are called the lake spirits, Azelf, Mesprit, and Uxie. It's like, that's double the Gen 4 in one bar. It's
lake.
Fuck Galar, boy, we coming for your...
Fuck Galar, boy, we coming for your head region. It's like the Galar region is the most recent region in the Pokemon games, but instead of Galar, he's aiming around at your head region.
Head region, one of us gon' die if we ending up dead. Even nigga, when that dot on your head, that ain't red speaking. It ain't far-fetched when the stick leaves your head leaking.
Surfetch, biggest stick, out for any niggas. Scheming chandelier, fire on you and I'll hang you from the ceiling.
Just every single one of
Couldn't
these
see me
is
with a
an
silk
absolute
hacking
bar.
off the shits, bro. The long nose keeping you controlled
Okay.
like hypno.
I keep it on me, let me show you what it hit for.
So-
$4, bitch, you know the line, I really flip.
So, two of these bars interspersed, so are both a reference to one of Shofu's original poke raps. Don't think I didn't get this one, Shofu. It's from Elite 6. What they did with it was Shofu, Shizzy, Scoot, GE, Robin Banks, and Just Too Sharp were on Elite 6 back in 2014. And in that song, one of Shofu's lines was, "Poké dollars, I flip those. Dick be swinging like hypno." So both of those bars get a callback here. The long nose keeping you controlled like hypno, and then Poké dollars, you know the line, we really flip those. Both callbacks to that same song, those same two bars.
Tiptoe, 6-0, nigga, I ain't vibing with your tempo. I pass along your life as a memento.
You a king?
Trying to fuck with the kid.
That's a reference to a certain PokeTuber. I'm not even going to justify him with a name. You can look it up. You can find it out if you don't know anything about it. But a certain PokeTuber was caught in illicit relationships with 16 and 17-year-old kids. So, yeah, don't be like that, dude. Not even going to justify him with a name. You can find out if you really want to know.
You get a shit show.
Pokestar Studios, we gon' let it clip go.
We dog niggas.
Go around your neck with your lead.
Another diss at a famous PokeTuber called Verlisify, who's a known furry. So, referring to dogs as well as, that whole thing. Shofu has this whole song about it called Verlisify on Trap Catch 'em if you want to know more about that whole beef that they got going.
10 years in the game.
Come correct if you speak. More O's in my account than a Gen 1 bike price.
Okay, more O's in my account than a Gen 1 bike price. So in Gen 1, you couldn't actually buy the bike with the money because it cost, I believe, $1 million Pokedollars, and the most you could get was 999,999. So the actual bike price was, so he's saying that he has more O's, meaning dollars, in his account than a Gen 1 bike price.
You new to my region, let me show you what my life like.
The elite, there's no debating that we nicer.
If you bug and dump the metal, now you change like a Cypher.
Yeah, if you bug and dump the metal, now we change like a Cypher. So when Cypher turns into Scizor, so Scyther's a straight bug type, and when he gets traded, holding a Metal Claw, he evolves into Scizor, which turns into a bug and steel type, so dump the metal. So if you buggin like a Cypher, straight bug, you dump the metal.
A fuck about your lineup. All of you get lined up.
The yoga on my wrist still saying that your
So
time's up.
this one's a callback to Pokemon Cypher 2016 when Shofu said Dialga on my wrist saying that your time's up. So he's just obviously bringing that back in as a callback. Love the callbacks to the older Pokemon Cyphers because it encourages people, if this is the first like Poke Rap they've seen in the first Pokemon Cypher, didn't know anything about it, you know, it encourages them to go back and look at the older ones because they're all bangers. Like 13's a banger, 16's a banger, even 11, 12 are bangers.
Made it through Unova, now we ballin' anyway.
Okay, made it through Unova, now we ball in any weather. So the main meta in Gen 5 OU is all weather teams. So like, you know, rain teams or sandstorm teams or anything like that. And now that he made it through Unova, you can ball in any weather because there ain't a team that can make a Cypher any better. And that's just how you end
Because
it.
there ain't a team that can make a Cypher any better, nigga gang.
Also, got to give one more shout out to Iminicon with all the effects, like God tier. God tier. Buy the merch. This is a movement. Buy the merch. Also, Trap Ketchum 2 coming out. Original Trap Ketchum was a banger. Trap Ketchum 2 gonna be even better. I'll just let the credits roll here. There's behind the scenes stuff. Face. Archer. Beat down the shizzy. Chris Badger. Alright. So before we get into the very last part of the video, what I want to do is do my personal ratings for this Cypher. Like I said earlier, there is not a single bad verse on here, but I got them ranked, let's see, 1 to 18, and I got every name over here. So I'm going to start off at 18 with Shu. Shu 2. Like I said, not a bad verse in here, but Shu, I think just focused too much on the weed bars. Next up would be Anonymous at 17. Just thought it was lacking, especially compared with all the hype he was getting being some like mainstream rapper, especially in comparison to the next verse, which was Black Links on a similar type of beat, and then it was a lot better. Next up at 16, I'm gonna go King Shofu. He might have had the best bar in the entire Cypher. Might have made me laugh, but just the rest of it was a little lacking. And then I'm gonna go. So I got King Shofu. I've done Anonymous, and I've done Shoot. Next up, I'm gonna go with Tanooks at 15. I liked the flow. I like what Tanooks brings. It's just there's so many unreal verses on here that it's hard to rank, but that's the way I got it. Next up, I'm gonna do Peso Pete at 14. And this is no disrespect to anybody. I don't like Peso's screaming style as much as his more introspective styles, unlike songs like the Confession on Trouble in Paradise 3. I like the introspective Peso. You don't have to go wilding out and screaming all the time, Peso. Next up, I'm going to go with Beat Down, 13. Again, no disrespect to Beat Down. He was actually my top 5 on 2016 Cypher. This is not a sign that, you know, he regressed or anything. No, it still brings the bars, brings the energy. There's just so many unreal verses on here. I'm gonna go with Archer next at 12. He brought, I feel like, the correct energy and fire to get this whole thing going. I still got that quick claw from 2013. So much love to you, Archer. So we got Archer out of here. We got Beat Down. I'm gonna go with Jay Witz at 11. So Jay Witz, always love the fact that he went in on Macedon and Game Freak for making a shit game, and he always brings the heat. The rare times he comes out of the cave to lay down his Pokebars. Next up, we're gonna go with Omar at 10. The Akuma Pose bar was fantastic. The Sacred Fire, like that picture, like I'm bringing that Sacred Fire, so you can pop. There's a tweet on my Twitter that I sent him where it just says I'm bringing that sack, which is just funny. Love the bars from Omar. Next up, I'm gonna go with Jay Woods is out here as well. We're gonna go with Scoot and number 9. Again, I had Scoot at number 2 by Shofu in 2013, and like I had him at probably number 5 or 6 in 2016. But again, not a sign that anybody has regressed. Love the singing from Scoot. It was outside the box, and you know, Scoot did Scoot things. Shout out to you. Next up, I'm gonna go with Talking Black at number 8. Once again, dude has had serious glow up from 2013 to 2019. He's got his own mixtape now, Trap Card the Mixtape, as well as Trap Card 2 coming out. I've not listened to Trap Card the Mixtape. I gotta do that, Token. So remind me to do that. Next up, I'm gonna go with GE at number 7. Always love the flow and the bars and the, I guess, intricacy of what GE does. And this guy's just a legend in the Poke Rap community. Love you, GE. Still spitting next gen bars ever since XY. And so we're up to number 6. I'm gonna go with Kazura. My biggest surprise of this cipher. Like, I'd really only ever seen him like doing the screamo stuff on Burden and My Hero Academia, but you know, pleasant surprise from Kazura this cipher. Shout out to you, dude. Now we're into the top 5. I'm gonna go with my boy Matt Houston at number 5. Always love the I would say Matt Houston above anybody else, and this is not a diss on anyone in the entire cipher, but Matt Houston I would describe as a barsmith. Like, there are rappers that take CTC, for example, is less of a barsmith and more focused on, I guess, sort of the ambiance, I would say, or the feel, like trying to imitate Lil Nas X with what he's doing. Matt Houston is a straight barsmith. There's no bones about it. So I got him at 5. Both the contest winners killed it. I got Black Link at number 4. Now I'm gonna get an angry tweet from Matt Houston because I didn't put Black Link top 3. But Black Link, shout out Minnesota dude, killed it. contest winner, insane flow, insane bars. Like, there's little separation between any of these top 5. I'm gonna go with Chris Patrick at number 3. Dude is the new wave. This man is the next big thing. Insane bars, wordplay, flow, lyrics, you know, everything. Go listen to his other stuff. It's all bangers. And then I'm gonna get CTC at number 2. Love the Lil Nas X impersonation. That first beat was my favorite part of the entire cipher. Love the intricacy of the bars and everything else. And close it out. We got number 1, Shofu and Shizzy, Take the Belt. Every single bar that they put in was godlike. Just unreal. Shofu and Shizzy still the kings of poker rap all these years later. And we're going to go back to the video just to wrap things up here. So, if you guys didn't see, special thanks there. I'm not even going to say what I did, but because that would be giving me too much credit. Just know that it is an honor to me, Shofu, to have done a very little part in making this such an unreal success. Like, I know Pokemon Cypher 2013 was, I guess, more of a surprise success, and then I knew you committed before Cypher 16. You were like, if I'm ever gonna make a Pokemon Cypher again, it's gonna have to be bigger and better, and you have made it. Like, the production quality, the people you're getting on there, the bars, it's just next level every time you do it. So the thanks shouldn't even be going to me. The thanks should be going to you, Shofu, for putting this out, getting everybody on there, and everybody on this cipher that put out bars. Like, shout outs to every single one of you. So the thanks shouldn't be even going to me. It should be going to you, Shofu. Buy the merch. And, to finish off, the Pokemon, as well as the YouTube community, lost a real one this year. Lost Desmond Amofa, also known as Etika. I know he'd have been popping off reacting to the cipher. Probably is popping off in a better place. If you don't know who Etika is, he died earlier this year. Took his own life due to depression and a bunch of other mental health issues. And his demise really hit home for me because I deal with a lot of the same issues that he does. And just know that there are always resources. There are always friends. There are always people out there to help you on your worst days, and know that it will always get better. Taking your own life should never be the option. And just wanted to give everybody that as a little uplifting message after a sad time that the whole community went through this year with Etik's passing. So I'm going to wrap up the video here. Thanks for watching the whole way. Get this over to Shofu. Hopefully have him react to this. Hopefully he appreciates like all the historical knowledge that I put in here. And hopefully I didn't bore any of you guys, because this is my first video. So if any areas I need to improve on, let me know. So we're going to wrap it up for today, and we'll see you guys next time.